There is a million middle-aged women filling the lobby right now. I have no clue what's going on. Interesting.
Let me ruin your evening, a stranger said to me.
At Purdue, we take some unexpected extra steps to raise healthy chickens.
This is the strangest elevator ride of my life. Like, what's going on? We're sitting in the lobby, and I hear a swarm of people just comes in. It's like, whoa, what's going on?
Second floor only. Oh my God. Okay, now.
All right.
Second floor.
See, right there you go.
Okay.
We're gonna stop because they're gonna be waiting. The ladies are all waiting. There's a pampered chef, they said?
Yes, pampered chef.
That's what's going on?
Yes.
Okay.
4,000 of us.
4,000?
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Oh, wow.
You too?
Oh, so it didn't stop.
Wow.
You're a distributor for that? Or
Yeah, a consultant. Mm-hmm. Yep.
I think my neighbor's sister has got something to do with that.
Oh, really?
I
Yeah.
don't know her name.
Oh.
We just gave everyone the finger by going up after that.
I know. I do not like that noise.
But that's just when you know it's interesting, when you're swarmed in the lobby by a million middle-aged women, and then you're on the elevator.
For a pampered chef.
And you leave them all behind on the elevator.
I think they were scared to get in there with us. I don't know what you got listed.
I always like it out here in Rosemont. The pampered chefs are all loving Freddie. Getting all them ladies, them middle-aged housewives.
Check the sound, been too long going on talking. Revolution won't be thwarted. I set back, cause my man is plain to see.
Talking to the guys over there.
Well, define so. Publish, I got paid off.
Hello, good to see you all. How are you? Yeah.
This looks like a tough crowd. How are you? Everything good?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. You want to sit?
Shall I?
It's up to you.
All right, I'll sit up here for a while.
Hey, look at this.
Yeah, I know. What a good-looking guy. Gilbert Gottfried has a book out.
Let's talk a little bit about the book, and then we'll get into some of your movies. And by the way, if you want to come down and ask a question, either side we got a mic, so come on down.
Yeah.
When did you decide you wanted to write this?
When I wanted to do that?
Yeah.
Well, it was about 4 years ago I started working on it just as an experiment. I was writing sections. What happened was, I don't throw anything away. I have trunks of garbage in my house, and they just gather dust. And I started going through them with an eye to getting rid of them. I go, oh, any relation to Louis? And it was like, it was enormously irritating to me because in the first place, I adored Louis Armstrong. I had his records. I really loved Louis Armstrong. And there was something about it that was just, it was such a stupid joke. And so we were in the bar one night and Tom Cruise said, so, Armstrong, huh? And I go, oh, here it comes. And he said, any relation to Louis? And I said, yes, actually, I'm his grandson. And they went, yeah. And I said, oh, just forget it. Just forget it. I don't want to talk about it. And then they were on the hook. And they said, what are you talking about? And I said, look, no one understands this because Louis, his son, married a white woman. I got all of the white genes, and my sister got all of the black genes. But I can't explain this, and people ultimately, all they want to know are stories about my grandfather. So could we not talk about it, please? Forget I mentioned it. And that's where it was left for the time being, while then, over a period of a week, all of these other people started, so you're Louis Armstrong's grandson. It's like, no, question it. And they kept saying, yeah, but I don't want to talk about it. And it went on until finally I had to tell everybody because my father was coming for a visit. And it was going to be awkward. Saying, Tom, this is Louis Armstrong's son. He wouldn't have bought that, so.
There's so many great stories in the Risky Business chapter, in all the chapters. I love the fact that Harry Dean Stanton was dating Rebecca De Mornay at the time.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
And just some of the others, lines of teenage girls outside of Tom Cruise's bedroom.
Well, I don't know, lines of them. There was one line.
Oh, okay. A long line.
It was long enough. It was certainly longer than the line outside my room. I'll let you know.
Well,
I kept peeking out, going, no, still no one here.
So when the movie came out, were you
do this? And he did it. And in the book, I found the copies of the letters that Bronson sent to this guy because he talked to him on the phone. Sure enough, we showed up at that theater. We went in. They had passes for us. We watched the trailer. All, 60 seconds of it. It was really exciting, and then we left when the movie started. I've still never seen Superman 3. But then Bronson wrote the manager a letter, which is in the book. I got Bronson's permission to put it in the book because it's hysterical. Thanking him for letting us to come in and see ourselves.
One more thing about Risky. Sorry, I'm just.
He's really got a thing about Risky Business. All the people here who've never seen it are getting an ear.
Who's never seen Risky Business?
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
You've never seen Risky Business? Those two women bought me breakfast.
And you've never seen Risky Business?
I don't know her anymore.
How do you know you sunk in it?
They're just taking your word.
No. Well, really quickly, the what the fuck scene. Did you know when you read it? Did you know it was going to have an impact?
For it originally, my agent had said I was reading for Anthony Edwards' part, for the part of Gilbert Lowe, and that was a nice part. Those two lead parts were great parts, and so I went, oh, well, it's a terrible script. It will make a lousy movie, but it's it would be a starring role. I'm up for that. So I went in and read for Gilbert, and then the word came back that was they really love you, but that part's already been cast by Anthony Edwards, who, boy, no one knew. And so Anthony was cast in that part. They said, but they love you, and they want you as another character in the book, in the movie. And I said, okay. And my agent said, it's another nerd. It's just not that particular nerd. And I said, okay. And then I'm thinking, what nerd could it possibly be? Because I know Lewis and Gilbert are cast. It can't be Lamar. It can't be Takashi. And Wormser's like 10. So it's not Wormser. So I'm just going, and I figured it was either Poindexter or Booger. And I said, okay, here's the deal. They offer me Poindexter? Fine. I'll swallow my pride and do Poindexter. They offer me Booger? Forget it. I'm not going to do that. And my agent says, what? And I said, I'm not going to do that. I am not going to pick my nose and belch in front of all the world. I am a classically trained actor. I study. I do Shakespeare. I do Renaissance plays. I'm not going to go and do this nonsense where I'm saying all these disgusting things about women and misogynistic and vile, and I won't do it. If they call and offer me Poindexter, you take it. If they offer me Booger, no. Absolutely not. No. So, hung up. A few minutes later, my agent called back and said, well, they offered you Booger. What should I do? I said, no, I'll take it. As you do, you know.
One Crazy Summer was one of my favorite movies growing up. Not sure if it made the book or not, but how many pranks did Jared and Jensen play on you?
Yeah. Whoa, wait a minute. That was who I was in One Crazy Summer, and now it's Jared Jensen.
I know. Jumping time.
Yeah, you were jumping around. Okay. Jared and Jensen, Supernatural, for those who don't know, have a reputation for playing pranks on guest stars. And when I came onto the show, they never played a single prank on me ever. From the beginning, beginning of the 4 seasons to the end, they never played a prank on me, and I started thinking they just hate me. because
and what was it like, working with the boys?
It was an audition like any other audition. The only thing that was significant about it was, by chance, if I have an audition, it's one audition. This one day, I had 2 auditions. One was for Supernatural in the morning. The other one was for The New Girl in the afternoon. And so I read for both of these just wildly disparate parts and wound up getting both of them, and they both started at about the same time. So that had never happened before. But I just read for it. I think they had me in mind. I was on a list. This all comes back to Risky Business, actually. Risky Business, I did Risky Business. Jeff Canoe, who directed Revenge of the Nerds, loved Risky Business, so he hired me. Then Savage Steve Holland, who directed Better Off Dead, was a fan of both movies, and he wanted me in his movie, so he hired me. In the case of Moonlighting, it was Glenn Gordon Caron, who was the creator of Moonlighting. He needed another actor because Bruce and Sybil had a lot.
Does John Cusack pay you for launching his career?
My another question is, Better Off Dead is one of the funniest movies ever made. You sell the whole thing. Can you tell us a couple stories about that? And what did you snort when you're snorting the snow?
That was the magic of cinema. I wasn't really snorting anything, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I mean, it was very windy up there. It would have cost a lot to.
It was nasal spray.
It was not. What I did was, as you can see, I'm covering my mouth and I'm inhaling it.
Do you have a specific favorite memories about that film?
What?
Do you have a favorite memory about working on that film?
You know, it was so wonderful. I loved every time I worked with Savage, and that was really fun because everybody was still into it, and it was really enjoyable, and everybody was having a good time. And Diane Franklin and Amanda Wiss, who's here, you know, we just really were. I mean, my favorite part was up at Snowbird in Utah, which is where we shot all of the skiing parts. And that was the best part for me because, you know, you were having to work during daylight. Once the sun went, there was no moving inside to do, you know, interiors. You went to the bar at sundown and you were at a ski lodge. I mean, it was like being paid for a vacation. So it was really fun.
In One Crazy Summer, there's a scene where you cradle a doll that you found as Aggie. Was that improvised at all, or was that straight?
No, that was part of the. I would not have gone there probably. But.
Okay.
Yes.
One more.
Hi. I'm a Revenge of the Nerds is one of my all-time favorite movies, and you're like one of my all-time favorite characters from that movie.
Thank you.
And I'm just wondering, are you like still any good friends with any of the other casts?
All of them, actually. I mean, I have dinner with Robert Carradine about every 2 months in LA. I interviewed all of them for the book. Everybody, Robert, Larry B., Brian, Julie, Andrew, Tim, I interviewed all of them for their side of what was going on because it was pretty crazy. And I wanted other voices. So, and Jeff Canoe, the director, too. So, but we socialize. We actually socialize. And when I've been on this book tour, they all showed up, you know, either in New York or in LA. They showed up for my book event. I mean, how is that? I mean, you're up there doing your book reading and you look out and there's you know, Beth Childs and there's Takashi and Lamar are sitting out there watching you. It was awesome. So we're still very good friends, all of us.
All right, thank you.
Cool.
Thank you.
Before we end, I just want to mention, you're talking about like being friends with Robert Carradine.
Yeah.
I just want to say that, and I know that there's probably a lot of people in here, I love the reality show that you guys did.
So did I.
King of the Nerds.
King of the Nerds.
It was so great. You talk about, you know, the life of that in the book.
Learn how to do everything, right? And so I knew how to sew, and I knew about costuming, and so I got a job right away as a costumer. Assault on Precinct 13 was a very low-budget film, as some of you may know. It was like under $100,000, and so doing double duty was not just what I was doing, but several people were doing, right? Because we could save money.
Great Castle, of course. The unforgettable Kelly Jo Minter. Of course, Ricky Jean Logan from Freddy's Dead. And last but absolutely not least, Joanne Willett from Nightmare 2. Welcome, everybody. Hello.
What's up, guys? What's up, Chicago? You guys are awesome.
Sorry, we had some chatting too.
Yeah, no, that was kind of fun. So, for everybody here, I mean, clearly Nightmare on Elm Street has endured with fans first, and then I did People Under the Stairs after that, and had a chance to work with Wes as a director. But it was really funny. I wasn't even going to do the movie because I knew Freddy was big, but I'm like, what is this? But I'm so glad that I did. I didn't know we'd be here 20-something years later talking to people about Nightmare on Elm Street. I am honored to have worked with these people There's still a lot of really good deaths over the years. And is that kind of humbling in a way?
Yeah, I got good, that's for sure. I'd like to live just a couple of times in a movie, but yeah, I gotta be honest, man. That was like when Robert did say that. We travel a lot together, all of us, and Robert had always said that to me, and he said that the reason it was that way is because, of course, Freddie's going to go after a handicapped person, which is just for him like the best thing that could ever happen. And it's the best thing for me too. And I think like Kelly said, to have you guys after all these years to really appreciate what we did in that thing. I still wake up and just go, are you kidding? This is my life. This is what I get to do. I'm grateful, and I'm grateful for you guys to come and give us the love that you do.
Definitely. You had the pleasure of being a Nightmare, but you've also worked with some of the Nightmare gals outside of it, and just the 10 of us.
Yeah.
But I know with Nightmare 2, there was a big pressure because the first one sort of came out of nowhere. And then it was really quick with how they put it together. Was there an awareness on your part of what Nightmare was at that point?
Oh yeah, Nightmare 1 was huge. I knew that, and how I got Robert Englund actually got me my part. I was in this little equity waiver play in Los Angeles, playing a dead girl, and Lynn Shay was
I know that.
The play was called Ghost. It was just all of us in the dark, and they shut off the lights, and we went around and scared people. Right? And Lynn Shay was in the play with me. So Robert came with her brother, Robert Shay, to see the play.
Owner of Blue Line.
Yeah, owner of Blue Line. And after the play, I was introduced to them, and then Robert Englund said to Robert Shay, "Oh, Joe would be really good as one of the cheerleaders in the bus." He said, "What are you doing next weekend?" And I said, "Well, nothing." And he asked me if I had an agent, and I did. So I never got a script, right? I just kind of drove out to Fontana and parked my car and got into a van and hoped for the best.
And then suddenly Freddie was driving and you're like, oh, this was a bad decision. She was literally like, rope and electrical tape and was doing in the van.
Yeah, exactly. And I thought, I never read the script, I didn't know anything about it, and I was just had to make fun of the kid in the back of the bus, and I thought Mark Patton was an extra, because he didn't have any lines, and he was really shy. So, yeah, and then at the movie premiere, we were like, wow, he has a really good part, that extra.
What's been the biggest surprise for you guys? Because as we mentioned, these are films that have endured now through the decades, and you've been to shows and met fans from all over the world at this point. What's been the biggest surprise for you guys coming to these things and seeing people's responses? Has it been something that has to do with sort of just the response to it, the fact that they know certain things about your characters that maybe you didn't even know? I'm always just curious as if there's any surprises left for you guys after these few decades.
I think the surprise is, for me, is that, okay, so let's say my first convention was maybe like 15 years ago, let's say. But as the time goes on, I'm now seeing 3 generations at my table, from grandma to mom and the grandchild, and that is, I'm just like, I'm completely fascinated, and it's fantastic. It's like become like a family thing, you know what I mean? So I think that's the surprise for me too, and I love it. And also the people, like all walks of life, like all kinds, teachers and engineers, and I mean there's all kinds of people that follow the Nightmare on Elm Street series, and it's really cool. Like it's neat. Thanks.
Yeah. Go ahead. No, Kenny, go.
I want to talk about myself.
That's enough.
I did the same thing. When we got the movie, they were like, it's a horror film. Freddie was a big deal, but it wasn't like, oh, hey, there's an actor. It's a horror film. It's kind of like, a popcorn movie. It's not gonna be taken serious. Well, Nightmare 4 was #1. It was like the highest grossing independent horror film. It was just like this amazing thing. And then it reached so many people. Like if you were a teenager, even teenagers, and now they're older, and we meet at the cons, and it's so awesome because they can. I walk down the street to this day, and people are like, "Fuel injection, speed." I'm like, oh, you know who I am. That's so cool. So that part's a blast, man. I'm walking to the supermarket and the checker, the person's just like, they'll say something like that, like, "Hey, this fuel injector, Need for Speed, huh, dude?" And I'm like, you know that movie from right on.
Nice. Did they give you a discount then?
Yeah, I wish.
think it's really dope that after all these years in just traveling and how people don't really know Nightmare on Elm Street, the horror fans are the best fans. You all are the best fans, okay? I mean, I was in Europe, and these are diehard fans.
Every week.
Yeah.
Yeah. He doesn't know about it, but that's what happens. So anyway, everybody, the one, the only, give it up, Svengoolie!
When he first did that introduction, I thought he thought I was Bill Curtis.
Yeah.
By the way, can I just say, Nick, this year was inducted into the WGN Radio Hall of Fame. I suppose you're all wondering why we're here. Well, if each one of you would donate $1 right now, we can get better quality chickens. No, actually, it's time for our costume contest, and every year I'm amazed by some of the very cool costumes that we see here. And before I talk about that, let me just say that tonight, about 9 o'clock on MeTV, you'll be able to thrill to the story of a vampire gunslinger.
Yeah.
Sounds plausible. It's the Curse of the Undead tonight, and I hope that you'll tune in for that. Let's begin.
Oh my. Oh my.
Did it turn around?
That's the best ventriloquist act I ever saw. I've always wondered what happened with the Doublemint twins. Oh, what is your name, please?
Laura.
Laura, and tell everyone, of course, who you're supposed to be.
Reagan from The Exorcist.
Fantastic. Step forward just a little bit so we can get a good look. Okay, thank you very much. That's Reagan. Well, Mommy, I was elected in... That was for you, Nick. All right, there's some sort of endeavor being done here. This is like a bad Siegfried and Roy bit. Now we will release the tiger. No, we won't. All right. I'm glad somebody does it. Okay, and now, ladies and gentlemen, look at the back of the room there for a second. Wow, that's really incredible, isn't it? I've never seen such wallpaper. All right, so suppose you happen upon a well. Well. Let's see what happens if I look at the well and say, I wonder what's going to happen. And I wait.
Maybe you gotta watch a video.
And now,
Oh boy. Oh my. Goodness gracious. Oh man.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah.
Let's see who's...
Oh, this
Okay, put on the mask. Oh, look at that. And you are...
That is awesome.
What's your name? Very good. And tell us who you're supposed to be.
Excuse me.
He's Ronnie Piper from They Live.
He's carrying the double bubble barrel and everything.
Somebody had this compulsion to obey. I don't know what it is. Very nice. Here, step forward just a little bit so everybody can get a good look.
Great.
I'll guide you. Step forward. Young Roddy, step up there. All right. And you notice he's got bubble gum there. So I think for now, we're in good shape. If he runs out of the bubble gum, you know the rest. Here would be good. Stand right there, okay? Right there. Stand right there. Turn around so everybody can see you, okay? There you go. Let us begin.
That's hilarious.
Reagan. And she did it without cue cards. Oh, hold on, wait. The famous spider walk, ladies and gentlemen. That's okay. Roddy Piper. That's how I feel sometimes too when I'm the Ring Girl. And the winner is the Ring Girl.
Looks fat.
I have to say that was one of the best
It'd be like looking in a mirror.
costumes that we've had here. Give him another round of applause.
This is gonna be good.
She's scary.
I was in an exercise class like that once, and believe me, it wasn't pretty. All right, let's get to the adult costume contest now. Unless anyone else would like to do that in front of you.
This is gonna be
Let's
good.
begin our first contestant, please. It's like looking in a mirror in a fun house. Your name, please.
My name's Chris.
And who are you supposed to be? What do you think? I don't even want to hazard a guess. Most people would go, look, it's Alice Cooper. Ready, step forward so they can get a good look at you, please. Very nice. Thank you, sir. Why would anybody dress like that? Next, please.
Bookends.
Hello. How are you?
Very good.
And your name is?
Ava.
And what are you, who are you supposed to be?
Well, I mean, it's not Wednesday, but I am.
Wednesday happens. Step forward, please. So you think the Cubs haven't been hitting as well? And what is your name, please?
Hi, I'm Negan.
We're all Negan. What's your real name?
Shelby.
Shelby, step forward so everybody can get a good look here. Maybe she should have done the thing he does where he stands there like this. Or maybe she should have done that crawl across the front. I don't know. Next we have... Stand by. This could get ugly. Does anybody here talk? And what are your real names, please?
Well, I'm not in the costume contest, but I'm Ashley, and this is Jessica. And she is Sam from Trick or Treat, the enforcer.
Happy birthday, dear Rosie. Happy birthday to you.
Very nice. Well done. Thank you so much. It'd be a nightmare on any street.
Oh.
Hello.
I am a one-eyed, one-horned
She's a peep eater.
I'm not old enough to eat people yet.
You can work your way up to it though, right here. Step forward so they get a good look. Several strange to me. Thank you.
Tequila.
You people know that one, right? Oh, greetings. And you are?
Carl Denham, the guy who caught King Kong and brought him to New York and made him the eighth wonder of the world.
Carl Denham. Then I met him, Mr. Denham. I had some pants that were denim. They weren't the same thing. See what I did there? Oh, hey, oh, good grief. Hi. How are you?
I am well. How are you?
I mean, who are you in reality?
My name is Johnny Sapp. I represent the man in the mask from the movie.
Oh, from the stranger. Step forward, please.
Number 13 as well.
We're stuck in the elevator.
It's not good.
Oh, lovely. You're a jinx.
Oh no.
Isn't there isn't there a ring button? Okay. Number 2, let's see if we have better luck with this one. Lobby.
That one just didn't sound right.
The other one over there, the one in the corner, like every time you go up, it sounds like the cable is like fraying.
Remember
like,
that? We were in that one earlier.
Yeah, and you can hear something going on. I think all these elevators are death traps.
Actually, we're staying on the first floor.
Second
floor.
August 5th, 2017, 8 p.m., hotel room 606. We're hosting a party. This is probably going to be strange.
Come on in, guys.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Aren't you Count? Hey, that's right. Let's give it to him. Aren't you Count Dracula?
Yeah.
Hey, come here. Fizz. We're taking a picture with Count Dracula. Everybody come on in. There's pizza. There's so much shit. You know what I mean? Honestly, like, yeah. No, are you kidding me? Like, I know where you are. Like, I did. We've met 50 times.
The pizza, we got pizza,
like,
we have drinks,
not
we
that,
got,
like, we've
we have
stopped
Coca-Cola
and
in the refrigerator, and root beer. You should tell Jessica that. Help yourself to some party favors.
What the are?
But the way it worked is that National Screen used to have, used to be the guys who would distribute posters. And the way that worked was that they had 50 different, what they called exchanges around the country. And the theater owner there.
It's been going for years. Hello. There's Reedy, there's pizza, Coke in the refrigerator. I used to go in there.
Did you go?
No. I used to live over there. Wait. Shy.
I think I passed it, but I never went in it.
They used to have like the greatest
Great hotel.
the trick shop was excellent. Somebody else broke. And then later in years they had a beaded curtain for
It's right there. It's on the ledge. See? Go off. Needs to be glued back on.
I tell you, shot they'll charge them.
The pizza that marked like cheese sauce.
If anyone wants to sit, we have, we're also going to have a raffle for gift certificates for the store or the.
And see, you got your movies, music, games, music equipment, scrap metal.
Excuse me?
I worked down there.
We'll have someone come in to grab like a water heater. That would be.
We'll
get about 20 bucks for water heater right now.
Yeah, I know John from.
Yeah, we've been doing it for years too.
He like get rid of water. Pure laziness. You're not doing it yet.
Does anyone else have any things about? Okay, so we have like get more new bands. Anyone else have any ideas?
Are you gonna stop?
And we're bringing it back.
You got the old King Kong. Here, I'll let you. Are you working at a booth?
Excellent. I want to be
You know, it's always that weird feeling when you're on a vacation or you're away somewhere and you come home, it feels like it never happened, you know. So let me just say, this has been a crazy weekend at Flashback Weekend. Between getting stuck in a damn elevator, the Pampered Chef convention, the weird as hell hotel room party, last night security had to escort some people out for loitering, trying to harass celebrities for autographs. It's been a weird weekend. But and of course our close friend Bob, who is with us every year for this, was actually in the hospital for open heart surgery, so I'll show you what we did for him in a minute. But until then, showing you my souvenirs. I didn't get too many autographs, but starting out with them, we got Don Gibb from Bloodsport, Revenge of the Nerds. I like Bloodsport though, so I got that picture. Of course, my favorite movie, Better Off Dead, got Curtis Armstrong. And Andras Jones from Sorority Babes and the Slimeball Bolorama and Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4. Got some really cool fan commission artwork right here. I think this is really cool. I was selling these for really cheap too, so hey, these were really nice. Got a bunch of deals on these posters. It was like 6 posters for 30 bucks. Got to decorate my room somehow. So we got Killer Clowns from Outer Space. It's a mad world. Teen Wolf. Die Hard. Willy Wonka. Stingray, very underrated movie from the 70s. Can't believe I found that in all honesty. And then a Stranger Things Season 2 poster that I thought looked pretty cool. Then the Barnes soundtrack. Never even saw the movie. I just bought this soundtrack from the director because Wild Rose, a band I absolutely love, has a song on it. To go with my Die Hard poster, I couldn't pass this up. I found this really cool John McClane action figure by NECA Real Toys. Got some cool souvenir license plates too, the A-Team, but of course my favorite. Yeah. I got a Frankenhooker t-shirt, which is currently in the wash, and then I got this really cool Halloween 3 Season of the Witch hoodie. It's got the whole big giveaway thing on the one sleeve, and on the other sleeve you got the masks, the skull, pumpkin, and witch. And then on the front, you got this cool silver shamrock logo. But our friend Bob, he just found out a week and a half ago, right before this convention, that Friday, August 4th, the first day of the convention, he was going in for open heart surgery, so he couldn't. This is like the first time he couldn't make it. So, we were able to pick up, you know, his pass, which they were nice enough to delay until next year, so these are his tickets, and that's a t-shirt that he got as a part of buying the tickets. So that was all pre-done stuff, but we wanted to take it a step further. So he told me months ago, I asked him, so who are you looking forward to meeting this year? And I remember 2 of the names he said were Lisa Wilcox and Kelly Jo Minter. Well, I found a picture of the 2 of them together, so I figured that'd be a nice, you know, little gift for them. As you can see, they both signed it, Get Well Soon. And Kelly Jo Minter also had this fun thing to say. Hey, Bob, there's someone that wants to talk to you here.
Bob, hello, it's Kelly Joe. I heard you're in the hospital. You better hurry up and get well unless you want me to come over there and help you out, okay? I am a candy striker. Get well soon, Bill. Love you.
Yeah, isn't that cool? But even cooler, on the way there, my dad and I stopped and got this card from Walgreens. Now, my intention with this card was that all of the Flashback Weekend employees, not the celebrities, but the Flashback Weekend employees would all sign it saying, hey, sorry you couldn't be here this year, we'll look out for you next year, blah, 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 blah. So I handed the card off to the daughter of the people that run the convention, and they were going to get all the Flashback Weekend employees to sign it. But they did me one even better, because check this out. The guest honor this year, not only did they get all the employees to sign it, but they got flippin' Robert Englund to sign it. Boom. That is amazing. And words cannot. So as you can see, there's my dad's signature up there. Got all the Flashback Weekend employees. Oh my God, though, as soon as they told me, she tells me, yeah, we got Robert to sign it, like my eyes just bulged out of my head. They got Paula Shaw, who played Mrs. Voorhees in Freddy vs. Jason, to sign it. Jesse Hutch. Yeah, I'm not really too familiar with either of them two, but hey, they signed it for him, so hey. And then, of course, all of the Flashback Weekend staff and employees signed it. So when I didn't even know this was coming. I thought it was just going to be the employees, so he is going to shit his pants. This might be my favorite thing I've ever done for somebody, because that right there is just amazing. I can't believe it. I got him a get well card for $3, and now it's got a $200 value to it. So yeah, I hope Bob really likes that. So yeah, this has been one hell of a strange weekend, but you know what? It's been worth it, and roll the pictures.
'Cause I believe what she told me, now you believe her too. Don't be surprised when that flame in her eyes